Hello everybody, hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for tuning in to Following a Walker's World. I hope everybody stayed nice and warm after this past really cold spell that hit the Northeast. Wow, those temperatures were unbelievable. Of course, down here in Florida, we're having some beautiful weather, and I know that's not fair, but you know, January, February, it's time of the year to be in Florida, I guess. And we have a lot of company lately, and I can understand why. That's not why I'm here. I have been neglecting doing a few things here. For example, I have a new piece of gear for 2023. Actually, it's two pieces of gear that kind of combine together. And I also have a company that reached out to me a while back and wanted me to test out one of their meals, which I said I would do. And I thought I would do everything all together in one video somewhere out on a trail or out in my van. But it wasn't unfortunate. It was kind of fortunate for us. We had some other really good meals planned, and we didn't want to replace that with a hydrated meal. So anyway, let me get into it. But real first, I got a couple stickers that were sent to me a while back also, and I apologize I haven't gotten these out. And these will be going into my van. I'll put them up on the wall of shame. A couple YouTube channels. The first one, this guy has been hiking with my friend Brad from As the Crow Flies Hiking, and with Senior Hiker and Kevin, that whole gang. They did a recent trip up a Pine Mountain, and that is Terry Young Outdoors. I have not met Terry yet, but Terry, I'm sure I will. Thank you for sending me 2 stickers, and he sent me a nice letter with it, and thank you very much. The other one is from a YouTube channel called Mountain Wanderer, and she goes by the name of Tie-Dye. And what a cute little sticker that is, a little tie-dye sticker. That'll look good up on the wall in my van. So check out her channel also. I appreciate it, guys, for sending them to me. That wall is starting to get filled up. I might have to start doing some from behind. But let's get into this new gear. This past Christmas, my daughter sent me as a Christmas present a new stove. Why do I need a new stove? I probably have about 10 of them. I have been using, over the years since 2017, I've been using this Pocket Rocket, and it's worked out real well. Has not failed me. The only thing on the Pocket Rocket, as it's on the very bottom, I ain't gonna get up and show you, but there's 2 little Phillips screws there, and every once in a while, over years of use, they would start to back out and get loose, and this red piece on the bottom would start to maneuver. But it didn't take much. It took one of my little knives with a pointy tip, and I just tightened them up real tight, and that pretty much took care of that. If you ever used a Pocket Rocket, you know why they're called a Pocket Rocket. They sound like a rocket. When they start going, it sounds like, you know, Falcon X is going up. But this kind of burns in the middle of the pot. So all the flame is not really distributed through the whole bottom. It kind of hits that middle section. It has not failed me. It's great for boiling water. I mean, any of these even cheaper stoves have worked real well. So again, why am I changing? Well, just a couple months ago, my friend Andy from Metro on the Move purchased a Pocket Rocket Deluxe. And it had a lot of changes to it. For example, it had an automatic igniter on it. It had a very broad burner. The burner on itself was very broad, and it had a lip on it that is a windscreen protector. So when that flame comes up, the wind isn't taking it and moving and shoving it off to the sides and maneuvering it around. And it seemed to be able to fit that pot and burn more evenly around it. And it's a very sturdy MSR, makes a very good product. But it cost, if I'm not mistaken, I'll put the prices below, I think it's $80 for that stove. And I just didn't want to spend $80. So I was looking at some stuff, and in the past I have used a Soto Windmaster. Very nice stove, very competitive to MSR, makes a quality stove. But I didn't want that stove because it has a long base on it, and to me that just seemed like it could have been very wobbly or fall over. So I did more research into Soto, and I have discovered they have, and they've been out with this now, it's a Soto Amicus. And I'm saying, man, that's very, very similar to the MSR Pocket Rocket Deluxe. So the Amicus, Soto Amicus. Now this has, the MSR has 3 of these stands for a pot. This one has 4. So to me, it makes it a little bit more stable. It's the same height, pretty much the same weight, pretty much the same dimensions. It has a igniter on it. It has the broad base cooking area in there, and it also has the wind protector. This igniter, by the way, if it ever goes, which they do on these stoves, can be replaced. Now, the weight is the same as the MSR, and but here, this cost $44, and I'll put that price below. And so it's pretty much half the price of the MSR Pocket Rocket Deluxe. I have not used it yet. Maybe it sucks, but I'm going to go ahead and we'll demonstrate it here in a little bit. But I really like it, and for that price, I mean, it's a real sturdy, and you can tell it's a really solid made piece of equipment, and I'm very excited to use it as my go-to stove. But that's not it. When you purchase this, you can actually buy a combo, and the combo comes with what they call a Soto New River pot. But it feels like titanium. It's extremely light. It has 2 fold-out handles. It has a top. This is plastic, but it's a see-through, and it does have a little slit right here. You can see this is made by Soto also, and that you could pour water out with if you're boiling noodles or something to that extent. Now, probably the one thing I don't like about this is that, you know, you have to put it in one of these mesh bags, which is no big deal. I use the mesh bags for my other one, for my Tokes 750, but I like now having a larger pot where I can use a larger canister fuel where I don't have to put that base underneath it so it doesn't fall over, and I don't need to carry extra lighters and all that because of the igniter on it. So, you know, the MSR makes a pot where the handle flips over the top and it keeps it all in one, but that's expensive also. But here's the good part. You can get the pot, you can get the stove, all as a combo for $54. So basically you're paying $10 for this pot. And I'll put the link to this below. I think it's an excellent deal. And we'll go ahead and test it out. What am I going to test it out with? Well, there is a company called Right On Trek, and they reached out to me a while back, and I'm sorry I have not got to test this out yet, but today's the day. I'm going to cook me up a delicious lunch, and this is it here. I'm going to be cooking up the chicken Alfredo pasta. Normally this is like $8, and they're on sale right now for 35% off. It was a little over $5 for this meal. It's perfect size. The problem, okay, let's get in. I haven't tasted this yet, so that may be a problem, but you have to boil 6 ounces of water, and then you add the ingredients to the pot. Then you cook it in the pot. There's the con. For low for 3 to 4 minutes, turn off the heat, cover, and let it sit for another 3 minutes. Now, you know, what's obvious about that problem? The problem there is that the pot will be dirty, okay? So if you're on a multi-day trip, you may not want to have to clean that pot. I know from my experience that if I take some water, if I'm by a stream or someplace where I have abundant amount of water, I'll just pour water in it, boil it, take my little rag out, I have a little squeeze thing, a little sponge, and I just wipe it out, and that would not be a problem for me. Check this out. So you have to cook it in the pot. I have a link below to be able to get that price on a cheap on these meals. You might want to take advantage of that. So it's almost lunchtime. I'm going to take this stuff outside since I don't want to burn my house down, and fire up the new Soto Amicus stove in the new pot with the new meal, and I'm getting hungry for lunch, guys. So hang in here for a few more minutes. Guys, it is lunchtime. Let's get this show on the road here. Again, this is Right on Trek, and they're out of Kalispell, Montana. Chicken Alfredo pasta. It says I'm going to boil about 6 ounces of water, add all the ingredients, cook on low heat for 3 to 4 minutes, stirring occasionally. I even brought out, just to make this real, my Optimus long-handled spoon. And so let's go ahead and fire up this Soto Amicus. Turn her on. Nice. It is windy out today too, so it's a good test for this. So, and you can bring this flame way down to practically nothing. I really like that a lot about it. So let's go ahead. Looks like we got a windscreen. It's working. It says add about 6 ounces of water. Oh yeah, on this pot there's no markings. Don't do that. So what I did is I put an 8-ounce marking on the inside and 8 ounces on the outside. It's really the only one I need, and I usually judge everything from that anyway, from 8 ounces. So 8 ounces is a cup. I know I got to come just below that 8-ounce mark. And let's just go ahead and get that boiling up. Put the old handy top back on it, and I'll get back to you when this water's boiled. We got ourselves a boil. That didn't take long at all. I mean, it's only 6 ounces, so it took about a minute or so. I didn't even look. But let's go ahead and open this up. Got a tear off top. It's got all the, this must be the chicken. Of course, it's got those things in it. Let's turn this down a little. Let's go ahead and add the noodles. All the seasonings that comes with it. And we'll go ahead and add this chicken. I can see this stuff blowing all over me here. It is windy out. I'm going to stir this all up. Let me get it all stirred, make sure all that good stuff is in there. Put the top on. Turn off the heat and cover for 3 minutes. Like I said, this Right on Trek is out of Montana. Contains all organic ingredients, contains milk and wheat for you people out there that can't have that. Looks like she's boiling. Oil here. Stir it occasionally. Let me turn that down a little bit more. Well, I love this stove. You really can get a low heat on it. Look at how stable this is. I mean, that is really stable. I'm liking this stove a lot. So, anyway, I will come back to you here when it's resting for a while, for 3 to 4 minutes, and we'll give it that. All right, guys, let's go ahead and give this a shot. Give it the Buckley taste test. And by the way, where'd Tim get this heightened sense of taste? Not sure, but that's what we go by. So, I hope you can see that. Cooked in the pot. 3 to 4 minutes I cooked it, let it sit, stirred it up. But let's go ahead and give her a shot. Hot. Very nice, very nice. The noodles are cooked perfect. It's got mushrooms in it. Very nice. Let's get a piece of chicken. Tell you how that's cooked. Chicken, a little bit chewy, just a tiny bit. Salt, yeah, my taste. I'm very salt sensitive, but you can taste the salt in it. All in all, it's very good. On a Buckley scale, I'd probably give it taste value. I'd give it a 3.5. As far as overall value, probably a 3, only because you have to clean the pot. Very good. And the Buckley scale, by the way, is 1 to 5. So 3.5, pretty good. I want to thank Right on Trek for sending me this. Try out some of their other meals and give them a shot. Really inexpensive. And this is plenty. And you know what? This pot's not that dirty. I could definitely rinse this out with some water and we'll be good to go for another day. So let me finish my lunch. Hey guys, I want to thank you for following Walker's World, and we should be going on a trip soon. We've got some other stuff in the fires here that it's going to be a big announcement that I'll let you know what's coming up soon, and take care. So again, thanks for following Walker's World, and you guys have a great freaking day. Bye-bye.